Have you ever made a decision based on what others expected of you, only to feel unfulfilled or even regretful? Many people live their lives trying to meet the expectations of family, friends, or society, often ignoring the voice inside them, their true desires. But what if the key to happiness and success lies in following your heart rather than listening to external opinions? From a young age, we are conditioned to seek approval. Whether it's through parental guidance, peer influence, or cultural expectations, society subtly teaches us that fitting in is more important than staying true to ourselves. While advice from others can sometimes be valuable, relying too much on external validation can lead to a life that isn't truly our own. On the other hand, following your heart means trusting your instincts and embracing your passions, even when others don't understand your choices. It's about making decisions that align with your personal values and dreams, rather than conforming to what others think is best for you. Your heart, or intuition, is a reflection of your deepest desires and aspirations. It understands your unique path, even when logic or societal norms suggest otherwise. Many of the world's greatest thinkers, artists, and entrepreneurs achieved success because they trusted their inner voice instead of conforming to external pressures. For example, Steve Jobs once said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life." His decision to follow his heart, even after being fired from Apple, led him to create some of the most revolutionary products of our time. This video will explore why trusting your own path leads to fulfillment, the dangers of relying on other people's opinions, and practical steps to build confidence in your decisions. By the end, you'll have a clearer understanding of why following your heart is the most powerful choice you can make. Following your heart is more than just an emotional response. It is about listening to your inner voice, your passions, and your true desires. It means making decisions based on what feels right deep within rather than what others expect of you. Your heart represents your dreams, values, and the things that bring you joy. When you follow it, you align with your purpose and experience a sense of fulfillment that external approval can never provide. Intuition is a natural guiding force that helps you navigate life. Unlike logical reasoning, which is based on facts and analysis, intuition is an internal knowing, a feeling that something is right or wrong even when you can't fully explain why. Many successful people have trusted their intuition to make bold decisions. Oprah Winfrey, for example, has often spoken about how she relied on her gut feeling when making career moves, even when others doubted her choices. Her ability to trust herself led her to become one of the most influential media personalities in the world. Sometimes, people struggle to differentiate between true intuition and fleeting emotions. Here are a few ways to recognize when your heart is truly speaking to you. It feels natural and exciting. When something is meant for you, you feel a deep sense of enthusiasm and curiosity. You feel a sense of peace, even with uncertainty. Even if the path ahead is unclear, following your heart brings a sense of inner calm. You keep coming back to it. No matter how much you try to ignore it, your dreams and passions always resurface. It challenges you to grow. Your heart often leads you toward things that push you out of your comfort zone, helping you evolve. Despite the power of intuition, many people ignore their hearts due to fear, self-doubt, or the influence of others. They worry about failure, judgment, or stepping away from societal expectations. However, ignoring your heart often leads to regret and a feeling of emptiness. When you begin to trust yourself, you start making choices that truly align with who you are. The more you listen to your heart, the stronger your intuition becomes, and the more confident you feel in your decisions. From childhood, we are conditioned to seek approval from parents, teachers, and peers. While guidance is valuable, Excessive dependence on external opinions can create self-doubt and prevent us from making choices that align with our true desires. When you constantly rely on others to validate your decisions, you begin to question your own instincts. Over time, this weakens your confidence, making it harder to trust yourself. You may find yourself in a career, relationship, or lifestyle that feels unfulfilling, simply because it was the safe or expected choice. Living according to other people's expectations comes with serious consequences. Loss of identity. When you prioritize others' opinions over your own, you may lose touch with who you truly are. Emotional burnout. Trying to meet everyone's expectations can be exhausting and lead to stress, anxiety, or even depression. Regret. Many people look back on their lives and wish they had followed their own dreams instead of living for others. Limited growth. Fear of judgment can keep you from taking risks and experiencing personal development. History and personal stories are full of individuals who regretted not following their hearts. For example, many people in traditional societies are pressured into careers they don't love, only to realize years later that they sacrificed their happiness for stability. Consider someone who dreamed of becoming an artist but pursued a practical career due to societal pressure. While they may achieve financial stability, they may also feel unfulfilled, always wondering, what if? On the other hand, those who take risks to follow their dreams often discover a deep sense of satisfaction. Even if they face challenges, they at least know they are staying true to themselves. To avoid falling into the trap of living for others, you must identify whose opinions influence you the most. Are you making choices based on societal pressure, family expectations, or peer influence? Learn to distinguish between advice and control. Constructive advice can be helpful, but if someone is trying to dictate your life, it's time to set boundaries. Accept that not everyone will understand your choices, and that's okay. Your journey is unique to you. Remind yourself that your happiness matters. At the end of the day, you are the one who has to live with your decisions. By recognizing the dangers of relying too much on external opinions, you can take steps toward making choices that align with your true self. When you make decisions based on your true desires rather than external opinions, you develop a stronger sense of self-confidence. Confidence isn't just about appearing bold. It comes from knowing that you can trust yourself to make the right choices, even in uncertainty. Every time you follow your heart and see positive results, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of leading your own life. Even when things don't go as planned, you still gain valuable lessons that strengthen your resilience. One of the biggest fears people have about making their own choices is the responsibility that comes with them. It's easier to blame others when things go wrong, but true growth comes from taking full ownership of your life. By embracing accountability, you gain control over your destiny. You no longer feel like life is happening to you, but rather that you are shaping your own path. Freedom from regret. Even if you make mistakes, you'll know they were your mistakes, not the result of following someone else's direction. A stronger sense of independence. Relying on your own judgment empowers you to handle challenges without constantly seeking reassurance. One of the biggest obstacles to following your heart is the fear of what others will think. Whether it's family, friends, or society, the pressure to conform can be overwhelming. But the truth is, no matter what you do, there will always be people who disagree with you. To overcome this fear, realize that people's opinions are temporary. Most people are too focused on their own lives to dwell on your choices. Understand that criticism often comes from projection. People may doubt you because they fear taking risks themselves. Surround yourself with supportive people. Seek those who encourage you rather than hold you back. Practice self-affirmation. Remind yourself daily that your choices are valid and that your happiness matters. The moment you stop fearing judgment, you open yourself up to a life of authenticity and true self-confidence. When you follow your heart, you live authentically, meaning you align your actions with your true values, beliefs, and passions. Authenticity brings a deep sense of peace because you are no longer pretending to be someone you're not just to please others. People who live authentically tend to be happier. They feel more content because they are true to themselves. More respected. Others admire and trust people who have the courage to be themselves. More resilient. When you live for yourself, setbacks don't feel as discouraging because you're pursuing something meaningful. Many people think that following their heart is risky, but the real risk is ignoring it. Living a life dictated by others may bring temporary comfort, but it often leads to long-term dissatisfaction. When you make decisions based on what truly excites and fulfills you, you naturally feel more energized, motivated, and at peace. Research has shown that people who pursue passion-driven careers and relationships report higher levels of life satisfaction. They wake up with a sense of purpose because they are doing what they love instead of just going through the motions. When you follow your heart, you tap into a source of energy and motivation that makes hard work feel fulfilling rather than exhausting. This is why many successful individuals, whether in business, arts, or sports, credit their achievements to doing what they love. For example, Elon Musk took risks in pursuing his vision for Tesla and SpaceX, despite constant skepticism. J.K. Rowling followed her passion for storytelling, even when she was rejected multiple times before publishing Harry Potter. Bob Marley stayed true to his music and message despite critics, and his legacy continues to inspire millions. Each of these individuals chose their own path rather than conforming to what was expected of them. Their success came not just from talent, but from the unwavering belief in their purpose. Your path doesn't have to look like anyone else's. The key is to listen to yourself, make decisions that align with your happiness, and trust that fulfillment comes from within, not from external validation. When you embrace authenticity, you free yourself from the burden of expectations and step into a life that truly feels like your own. Many people understand the importance of following their heart, but the challenge lies in actually doing it. Fear, doubt, and external pressures often make it difficult to take that first step. Here are practical ways to help you trust yourself and live a life that aligns with your true desires. It's common to mistake fear for intuition. Sometimes, what we perceive as a bad feeling is just our fear of stepping out of our comfort zone. To differentiate between the two, intuition feels calm and persistent. Even if it pushes you into the unknown, it comes with a sense of excitement and possibility. Fear is rooted in anxiety and self-doubt. It makes you focus on worst-case scenarios and keeps you stuck. Ask yourself, am I avoiding this because it doesn't feel right, or because I'm afraid of failure? To follow your heart, you need to know what truly excites and fulfills you. Try these self-reflection exercises. Write down moments when you felt the happiest or most alive. What were you doing? Who were you with? Imagine a life with no limits. If money, time, and fear weren't an issue, what would you be doing? Listen to your body. If something excites you, pay attention to that feeling. It's a sign that you're on the right path. Following your heart doesn't mean you have to make drastic changes overnight. Start by taking small steps toward what you love. If you want to switch careers, start a side project or take a course. If you dream of traveling, start by exploring new places locally. If you want to pursue a passion, dedicate just 30 minutes a day to it. Small steps build momentum and help you gain confidence in your choices. There will always be people who doubt or criticize your decisions. Instead of letting their words discourage you, focus on surrounding yourself with positive influences. Seek out people who encourage and inspire you, reducing exposure to negativity. If certain social media or conversations drain you, limit your interaction with them. Trusting your own experiences. Only you know what truly makes you happy. Fear of failure is one of the biggest reasons people ignore their heart. However, failure is not the end, it's a lesson. Every successful person has faced setbacks, but they kept going because their heart told them it was worth it. Instead of fearing failure, ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Even if I fail, what will I learn? Is staying where I am actually safer, or just more familiar? By embracing failure as part of growth, you remove one of the biggest mental barriers to following your heart. At the end of the day, the most important promise you can make is to yourself. Decide that you will listen to your heart, even when it's hard, even when people doubt you, and even when the future is uncertain. Write down a personal commitment, such as, I choose to follow my heart and trust that it will lead me to the life I'm meant to live. Remind yourself of this daily, and let it guide your decisions. By applying these steps, you'll build the courage and confidence to follow your heart in both small and big decisions. The more you practice trusting yourself, the more natural it will become. Throughout this journey, we've explored why following your heart is the key to a fulfilling and meaningful life. Here's a quick recap of the main lessons. Your heart knows your true desires. Intuition is a powerful guide that can lead you toward your purpose. Listening to others too much can lead to regret. While advice is valuable, relying on external opinions can cause self-doubt and prevent you from living authentically. Following your heart builds confidence. Every decision you make based on your true self strengthens your belief in your own abilities. Authenticity leads to happiness and success. The most fulfilled and accomplished people are those who pursued their passions despite fear and criticism. Practical steps can help you trust yourself. Tuning out negativity, starting small, and accepting failure as part of growth are all key strategies to following your own path. At the end of the day, you are the only one who can truly know what is best for your life. No matter how much people try to guide or influence you, their perspective will always be shaped by their own experiences and limitations. Your heart, however, is uniquely yours. It understands your dreams, strengths, and potential in a way that no one else can. When you trust yourself, you take control of your destiny. You no longer live for approval but for your own joy, fulfillment, and growth. The best time to start following your heart is now. Here's how you can take the first step today. Make one small decision that aligns with your true desires. It could be saying no to something that doesn't serve you, pursuing a passion project, or expressing your true feelings about something. Write down a commitment to yourself. Remind yourself daily that you choose to trust yourself and live authentically. Take action despite fear. Fear will always exist, but courage is about acting despite it. The most meaningful and rewarding life is one where you are true to yourself. By following your heart, you give yourself the freedom to grow, explore, and create a life that genuinely makes you happy. So take that step today. Trust yourself. Your heart already knows the way.